think we should just kind of do that and talk to people in comments and what have you. I don't know. Marius is going to futz around. I'm going to drink my daiquiri. Today's like the first day in a while that I haven't really had much planned, but I just wanted to keep this, you know, going. Thanks for the super chat to you guys.
Is that working?
Well, it's all off to the side. I can't see anything, so I don't know.
Am I...
The window? No, it's like down here. Go over. Nope, other way. Over. Now, grab the window and pull it over here. Other way. There you go. Ooh, digging the haircut. I actually didn't get a haircut. My hair has not been cut, but thanks for the super chat. It is now working. What is everybody drinking tonight? Asshole Physicist made a Boulevardier, which I love. I'm having a banana daiquiri. Oh, yes, the banana daiquiri, so good. You need to redo your home bar photo for one of these days. Yes, David, send it. Send it to us. Plus, I think we had someone do a redo, didn't we?
Yeah.
Someone did a redo that we're going to show where they basically, Marge Foyle inspired him to pull all his stuff out.
Oh.
Yeah, he was like, I saw Marge Foyle pull all her stuff out, and then I wanted to pull all my stuff out and just show you my bar. So
well, hopefully I have his today.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I kind of feel like we can kind of get through all of them because we don't really have much on the agenda. I just sort of wanted to hang out with everybody. Chris Twiggs, I want to see the specs for that Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster in the chat right now. Please post it. I want to see it. Because I can't pay attention to the Discord. By the way, I was like, bye. But what I meant to say was, by the way, everybody should go to our Discord channel. I'll make Marius put a link below in the description. But Discord's been really fun. They've been doing all of the people that have been doing the Discord have been doing a like kind of after party after the live stream is done. So that's been really, really fun. And the conversation goes all week long. It's pretty cool. It's a nice hangout, and I watch it I watch the whole thing. Like I watch all the comments come through. I don't get to every single comment, but I try, and it's been really fun to hang out with everybody. New York sour. Okay, here it comes. Chris Twiggs. No cocktail, just scotch. Gotta love it. Actually, the banana daiquiri is also very appropriate for today. What does it say? The librarian drinks a lot of them? Is that what it says? The librarian drinks a lot of them? It's kind of a little bit small for me to say. Woo! Discord, yeah, exactly. Darren Orange. There it is, the Discord link. Everyone should go sub the Discord because it's fun.
Yeah, this is the librarian drinks a lot of them. I'm not sure what that means, but...
I'm not sure what that means either. I just didn't know, like at first I was like, does it say librarian or libertarian? I couldn't tell. It was a little bit far away from me. What else do we got? Suggestion for gin and absinthe. Brian Holt, you got to be making yourself a Corpse Reviver #2. And if you don't remember how to make it, or you don't know how to make it, well, we've got a video on it. So you should just watch that and check it out. Or I could just tell you right now, it's 3/4 gin, 3/4 lemon, 3/4 dry curacao or Cointreau. So gin, lemon, dry curacao, spritz of absinthe, and what am I missing? What am I missing? Lemon,
don't ask me.
Gin, dry curacao. Somebody, why my brain I just had a brain fart, so someone can fill it in for me.
All right, I will look it up.
Spritz of absinthe. What am I missing?
Corpse Reviver #2.
Modelo lime with salt. Yes, I like it. How do you do a Freudian daiquiri with Hellfire bitters and that banana syrup? How about it? Do some Hellfire bitters. I actually have some in the garage.
Yikes, this is an old video. But here he goes.
Just check below. Oh, Kim Stodel, Luxardo. Boom. Koki, that's what I was looking for. Koki, not Lillet. Koki, I like Koki better. That's the missing ingredient that I was going for. Oh man, now I need to make... I'm glad that Kim Stodel is here. So Kim Stodel is the bartender who's made that awesome Bananas Pajamas sustainable cocktail. And he is in the chat. So everyone say hello, pat him on the back for a fantastic cocktail and which helped us make a fantastic video. One question. When I make cocktails, I follow the recipe, but I never fill the glass, and my glass is the same as yours. What is happening? Not enough ice. It could be a lot of things. Your specs could be off, or you're not diluting enough. But I would have to see you make it to tell you what's actually happening, because I don't know. So if you make a video of yourself making a cocktail and pouring it, and then send it to theeducatedbarfly@gmail.com, I will tell you what you're doing wrong. If you're doing something wrong. I mean, maybe it's a shaking thing. Maybe you're just not diluting enough. What else? How long do you keep your Koki after you open it? Yeah, it'll last a couple of months, but keep it in the refrigerator. I'm gonna put this in the freezer real quick, guys. Keep it in the refrigerator.
Yes.
I'm never gonna get sick of saying this, you guys, but anything that has a wine base has to be kept in the fridge. It'll stay for a couple of months, but you need to, it'll stay good for a couple of months. And really, you can taste through it. Sometimes it'll last even maybe a little bit longer than a couple of months, but you gotta keep it in the fridge.
Tom asked what the true inspiration of the name of the cocktail was, so maybe we'll find out. Maybe
The Corpse Reviver?
No, Bananas Pajamas.
Oh, Kim already weighed in on the comments. He said that it actually was Bananas in Pajamas. Yeah.
Bananas in Pajamas.
You are totally right. Although Bananas in Pajamas is an Australian television show.
Yeah, that's why it's probably not here.
And everybody was coming down on me for not knowing it. But when that show premiered, I was 15 years old. So I didn't really grow up with it. And I grew up in America, and it didn't actually... I know that there are some Americans that remember it, but I don't think it was a big show here. It was a big show in Norway, for sure, because somebody weighed in and said the Norwegians knew all about it. But
yeah.
And it was an Australian television show.
It was on PBS.
Kim is South African, so maybe he was watching it, and but I don't remember it from when I was a kid.
Yeah, it was on PBS here. Somebody says.
Great, I was watching like Sesame Street and stuff on PBS. That's what I was watching. I see Malort. Yes, you do see Malort. I have a bottle of Malort. It's actually getting to be a bit empty, so. If anybody wants to send me another bottle of Malort, I still have to do a Malort cocktails video, Yes, the key ingredient is made from the pajamas of the bananas, is what he's saying as well, which a lot of other people kind of caught on to, which is, Does anyone remember today's special on PBS in the 80s? No, it sounds kind of familiar, though. Working on getting a bourbon Malort bottle, and we will send one out. Yes, I want a bourbon Malort bottle.
What?
So Malort started making bourbon, and they just released it. So because it's bourbon, they've been aging it for a couple of years, and it's just been released.
But is it Malort-flavored bourbon?
No, it's Jeppson's Malort. The company started making bourbon. I want to taste that bourbon. Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster. Here we go. Zest of 2 lemons, 1.5 vodka, 1.5 Navy strength gin, 3 drops saline in a whipper. Wait a minute, though. Dude, Chris Twigs, the picture that you posted on Discord made it look blue. There's no blue curacao in there or something? It looked blue. Charge twice, then let rest for 4 minutes. Strain into a mixing glass, add a quarter creme de menthe, 1 sugar cube, and 3 drops of Tiki bitters. That sounds like it could be really good or really gross. Stir and strain into a... This is basically the cocktail chemistry specs. Gotcha. Okay, wanted to know where that was from. I was going to send a bottle when I get a chance to.
No kidding.
Nice. Thank you, Lunar Galaxy. Here we go. I'm going to give you a little fist pound. All right. Where are you looking in Chicago? Yes, we want to go to Chicago pretty soon because there's some awesome stuff going on in Chicago that I just need to be a part of, to tell you the absolute... If I'm going to tell you the absolute truth, that's my next. That's going to be our next stop after COVID-19, and we can actually safely travel. I'm going back. Okay, I'm gonna fish this out of my glass because I cut it a little bit thick. And don't worry, Kim, I'll be using this later for something, even if I just chew on it.
Is Chicago shut down, or they're reopening a little bit?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but obviously nobody's going to be like traveling on airplanes for quite a while.
Oh,
Or,
no,
like,
people are traveling.
no, people have been traveling for the whole pandemic, but
Yeah.
it's not like they shut down air travel because they couldn't. The whole industry would fold. But we probably won't be traveling on airplanes for a while. I definitely will not be traveling on airplanes for a while. So
That is different.
it's going to be a little bit of a minute. You should check out the Archie Rose from Sydney Down Under. They're doing some awesome stuff with U to V, from O to V. Sorry, guys. I know everyone hates it when I say U, when I mispronounce it. From grapes that got smoked in the Aussie brush fires. Oh, interesting. I mean, tragic, those brush fires, but interesting. They started to open more businesses in the next week or two.
Oh,
Cool.
Richard has made a Norwegian schoolbread drink. That sounds interesting.
A Norwegian what?
And it's called skolebrød. It's like this Norwegian pastry. It's a wheat pastry with custard in the middle, and then it's like glazing around it and coconut, like shredded coconut.
Interesting.
It's
That sounds
very
good, actually.
It is
It sounds
very good.
really good.
Yeah.
So when are we going to get those specs so I can try it out and make a video out of it if it's awesome?
I don't know, Richard, you gotta
Richard,
email us.
when are you going to hook us up, dude? You're going to like email that to educatedbarfly@gmail.com so you can hook us up so I can make a video out of it if it's awesome. So you can bring Marius back to Norway with just one sip, like that scene in Ratatouille when at the very end when the really hard-nosed reviewer takes the ratatouille and he eats it and automatically transports him to his childhood. That I expect no less from that cocktail, Richard.
How was the audio on that when you said that? Yeah.
I don't know. Did someone say the audio was terrible? What banana liqueur should I buy? Tempest Fugit or Giffard?
I just saw it peaking.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I was just being loud, my loud self. I think you should buy both Tempest Fugit and Giffard because they're both very different. But if I had to choose one, Tempest Fugit is my favorite. Also, where is the Amari video? Actually, guys, just so you know, we've been testing some new techniques so that I can get out a lot of detailed information.
Short answer, it doesn't
without
exist
a lot
yet.
of ums and ahs. What?
Short answer is it doesn't exist yet, but it will.
No,
soon.
the script for it does exist, but I'm still working on it. The thing is that Amaro is a massive category, and it's very easy for me, as nerdy as I am about history, to get bogged down in the history and
tap
down again.
Yeah. Just
all right, hold on. Marius loves to do that when I'm talking. There you go. I tapped down twice.
okay. Yeah.
All right, so it's very easy for me to get bogged down in history, and then I write these scripts that are really dense, and I have to like, kind of, because it's for a video, I have to sort of trim them down. But I think that the dense articles that I'm writing when I'm researching stuff and making sure that I'm not completely wrong about, things that I heard or things that I learned in the past, I think that those scripts will end up on our website so that you can get the very dense version. But for the video, it needs to be really lean. So here is my question to you guys, just because this just occurred to me. Since we
Do
had
one
no
more
plan.
tap up.
Huh?
I think.
What? One more down?
What? No, one more up.
One up.
Yeah.
All right. One up.
Okay.
Now my question is this. Here's my question. Now that Marius is done interrupting. Maybe. I don't know. He could be like, oh, wait a minute. I think we need to do one more down. But I want to ask if you guys...
Up, but go down on your voice.
That's impossible.
Huh?
I have a loud voice.
I know.
It's not going to stop being loud, so I will go up one.
Yeah.
But I have a resonant voice, and I'm sorry for that. No, I'm not sorry. I am who I am. You have to accept me for who I am. Okay, better now?
We'll see.
Are we better? Now here's my question, guys, that's been interrupted 3 times trying to get this out. Do you guys like it better when I plan some type of test or subject for this, or do you like better when we just hang out? Oh, cool. Well, I'm sorry that you can't be here either, Gasper, and we will keep you in our thoughts the whole time, and then watch tomorrow, and, I'll see you in the comments. Any specific website you use to get Havana Club to the States? The specific website is we don't use a website. We travel to different countries and pick it up and bring it back. That's what we do. Hangout, yes. Both, haha. Freestyle. Plan, yes we do. Oh yes, I don't know what I don't know what you're saying yes to, Nicholas. A mix is always best. Some structure is nice. Yeah, some structure is nice. A mix of both. Okay, both. Okay, cool. Hangout. Well, I didn't have anything to plan for today, so I'm sorry. I like to start a particular subject and then drinking into hangout. Yes, that's kind of my favorite too. I like having a plan always. I'm just a plan-oriented guy. I like to come in here and be like, all right, guys, we're going to be testing the difference between the Bartesian and the whatever the fucking other one was called that we tested. The one we actually tested.
Drinkworks?
The Drinkworks drink machine. How is it going to stack up? And then we all get a little tipsy together or whatever. That's my favorite. Hang out, but see some cocktails. Plans are good. Yes, Kim, I agree. Plans are good. No plan today, though. I'm going to make another drink because I think Poppy needs one. And then you guys can watch me, well, juice a lime by hand, I guess. There we go. Put it into the big tin. What we got? I see Rieger's whiskey, yeah. I love me some good old Rieger's Kansas City whiskey. I love it. You gotta thank my friend Andrew for turning me on to not only Kansas City whiskey, but also that talented bartender Ryan Mabey who started distilling it again. Bro, Leandro is now in forever. Poppy in my eyes. That could only have been Draven. That's the one person that would make that comment. That's hilarious. The only problem with this Saison rum, by the way, is that I'm running out of it. That's the one issue I have with it. Me like it. I'm gonna have to get some more.
Well, I'm not a big fan of the label, but
I like the label. I mean, it's not the most, I don't know. They're not following suit, like making it seem like a Prohibition era label or something, which is what is kind of in vogue with the children these days. But, it is kind of an interesting label for rum. But what matters is the product in there. Now, I know that branding counts for a lot, Marius. We all know that, but I mean, for someone who is so concerned with aesthetic values, but then we do this kind of thing here,
Well, that is because you keep breaking all the wired ones.
No, I think you break them. I don't think it's me.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Ooh. Sustainable banana daiquiri with Kim's syrup is really nice.
Hit like.
All right, are we gonna do bars?
Yeah, we can.
All right, guys, we're gonna start doing some home bars. So we got a lot to get through. 21 home bars today.
Oh.
Will we get through them in a half an hour? I don't know.
What do you see on this thing, actually? Oh yeah. So, but see if.
Why? What did you think I saw?
No, I'm just thinking out loud.
Don't mind me, guys. I'm just looking at the comments. Can you describe the rum and where it is from? This is a blended rum, actually. It's a French company. The rums are from Trinidad, Jamaica, and Barbados. They're selected, expertly blended, then rested in French oak barrels. It is imported into California, San Mateo, California, and it is a wonderful Caribbean rum. It is very, very nice. I like it a lot. It is, I want to say it's something like 17 bucks a bottle. It's pretty cheap. It's pretty good, pretty cheap, and I love it. So it's my new favorite thing. I am not sure how widely available it is, so I can't tell you that you guys are going to be able to get it in the Midwest or in different countries. Since it's made by a French company, I'm assuming you'll be able to get it in Europe, but don't quote me. I'm not really sure. I haven't really worked very closely. That's not true. I have actually worked very closely with the distribution company that carries it here in LA, but I had only just started carrying it at Kohl's, and then the pandemic hit. So I haven't really done too much of a deep dive on it, but I got this bottle and I'm really digging it. So I'm gonna have to. I mean, honestly, this is like unseating the Plantation 3 Star as my workhorse. What are you doing with the display?
Yeah.
It's nice because this daiquiri, it's like, what's really great about this is a nice, very well-balanced daiquiri, but
Is it full screen now?
it's like a hint of banana. Not really, no. And I can't see any of the comments.
No, because we're gonna go to the home bars, so you don't.
Oh, because we're going to the home bars. Cool. So we got to do it this way. The old, through the back door. You know what I mean?
Is it big?
It's bigger. And then it went bigger. It went big,
Yeah.
bigger, and then smaller.
What is it now?
Big.
Big? Okay.
It's pretty big.
Alrighty.
All right. Leandro probably judges books by their covers. I don't really know what to make of that comment.
All right, chat. Why is it saying that?
What is in the bottle on the table? This? It's banana syrup, my friends. Marius makes cocktail videos? No, have to do again.
I wrote that.
Oh, you wrote that. Oh, at Keenan, yeah. You do have to do it again.
Yeah.
I agree. You've been dragging your feet.
And somebody asked.
A lot of people have been asking.
Yeah. All right. So
Here we go.
Chad Winters. One of two. So there's two pictures.
Oh, Chad Winters. Oh, yes. I remember seeing this when it came into the email. I love this setup. I'm just wondering if that entire island is your setup, because if so, if that's like your basement, that's a pretty gosh darn big space and an impressive bar. I really like it. It's really nice. I like that a lot. It's a good setup. I can't really see very many of the bottles. I see a bottle of Luxardo back there, but that's all I can really make out, and a Slane Irish whiskey up in front. But other than that, that's all I can really make out as far as the bottles go.
He's got two other shelves with bottles.
Whoa, so this is just elsewhere in his house. Chad, man, you are stock as it's like me, where you just have like bottles stuck in every portion of your house. Love it. Really nice. Nice home bar. Good on you. I really like that bar space, though. It was really nice. Next up,
Dennis.
Dennis. Here we go, Dennis. What you got? What you got in the bar? Oh, a little Tullamore Dew, a little Jameson. What else? Ooh, I see that Grandad 114 at the bottom of the shelf right there. A little Kahlua. Everyone's got that bottle of Luxardo and a bottle of Campari in every single home bar, which is good. You should have both of those things. You need them. Very nice, very nice. Just like a little bar shelf, kind of like, I don't know, I want to say that's like in a dining area or like right off the kitchen or something. I kind of think that because of the tile, like the floor underneath the shelf.
He's got two shelves, actually.
Ooh, Citadel Gin, good call, that's nice. There we go, this is the other shelf from Dennis. And you got some Michter's, some Crown Royal. Somebody told me that Crown Royal was their bourbon of choice. And Crown Royal is not bourbon. It is American-style Canadian whiskey, and by American-style, it means that it has 63% corn, which is like a bourbon, but it can't be a bourbon because it's not made in the continental United States. It is made in Canada. Monkey Shoulder. Very nice. It's a good collection. I like it. I like what you're working with. You got some good stuff.
All right,
I think you need a little more. I think you need a little bit more gin. I see that larceny in the back as well. I think you need a little bit more gin, like in my personal opinion. Woo, this is nicely curated. Look at all of that. And I love how all the syrups and vermouths, I'm really hoping that those are vermouths that are unopened bottles that do not need to be refrigerated. If they are open, then shame on you and get those in the fridge.
Somebody said, and I didn't write it down on this one, that like the vermouths are unopened. The open ones are in the fridge.
Good.
So this might be this one.
I know. I like to chastise everybody, but what's really funny is that maybe we'll see this. A couple of people have sent me pictures, and they put a Post-it on the vermouth bottles that say, "This is from fridge," to let me know that they took it out of the fridge for the photo.
They're unopened. Ernie confirmed.
Yeah, I mean, I see that the Carpano Antica has the tag still on its neck, so I'm assuming they're unopened. But I really like this collection, though. Oh, it's got a lot of good booze there, and I really love that there's those B.G. Reynolds syrups, and it's like every single thing in the range on that shelf. And then like a nice little glassware shelf. It's so very nicely organized, the shelf. It makes me feel happy. And like all the Amaros and Aperitifs on the right-hand side. And then you got some whiskeys on the top and some Japanese whiskeys, and then a little bit of whiskeys on the bottom. And that Laird's, I'm hoping that's the bonded Applejack. And then some rums on the bottom. It's really nice. Nicely done. Very nicely done.
Those IKEA shelves are very customizable.
They're useful. Yeah, they really are customizable, and they're very useful. Yeah, I like it. Cool. What's next? Who's got next? This is Ernie Forney.
Yeah. Next
Cool.
one is Gary. Jerry from Ireland.
Jerry McGuinness?
McGuinness.
Jerry McGuinness. Somewhere in rural Ireland. Is that what he said?
Yeah. So, but I
think I actually saw this one come in, and I
there.
thought I saw that picture of the Guinness being like that really nice proper Guinness being poured, and I just thought to myself how wonderful the little cubby holes of booze were in the background. And this seems to me like a really proper home bar. Like this is a really proper home bar. Hey Maris, is there some reason though I cannot? Like, there's like a little blue arrow pointing down because we probably scrolled back up on the comments, so I'm not seeing any live comments at all. And I would like to, because it's fun.
Yeah, it's we gotta find a way to.
It's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, we need 2 computers.
See, it's like the.
Okay. Guide me.
All right, down. Now go straight down. Now a little to your right, my left, I think would be. Nope, the other way. All the way, a little bit more. Okay, straight down. Straight down. Click it.
People are like, what are you doing?
Here we go. Now I can see the comments. I know people are like, what? You know you are an end game when you have a display lights. So nice. Yeah, those display lights are fantastic, though. It must make for a really nice bar at night.
Next one is.
Wait, did we get the Mama Juana, by the way?
Huh?
Did that come in, the Mama Juana? From, we were supposed to get this Mama Juana liqueur that somebody said that it was delivered last Wednesday. I think it went to you.
Oh.
So we must have gotten it. But we should unpack it and taste it and see what it's all about. Aperol needs to be refrigerated. No, Aperol did not need to be refrigerated. So here's the thing that people get really confused about, and I don't blame you guys for getting confused. There are some aperitivos that are wine-based, like Coqui Americano, and then also something like Punta Mes. Punta Mes is actually a vermouth Amaro blend, is what it is, but it needs to be refrigerated because it has wine in it. But things like Campari and Aperol do not need to be refrigerated because they are a spirits base. So basically you have to know whether or not there is wine as a base or whether there is a distilled spirit. If it's a distilled spirit, it never has to be refrigerated. If it is a wine base, then it has to be refrigerated.
Do you know what those green bottles are on top?
The green bottles on top? No, I don't know what they are. Can you make out what they say on them?
One says 16 and the other one...
Is it Scotch? I don't know. They do not look familiar to me, no. Which is interesting. Otherwise, though, it's a pretty good collection here. We got a little Plymouth. We got some Mellow Corn, one of my absolute favorite corn whiskeys.
Oh, well, let's see. Yeah, whiskey.
Hayman's, it's Scotch. It's Scotch.
Whiskey Society.
Oh, nice.
So it's like a membership thing, maybe, or like...
Sake does need to be refrigerated after opening. It is a fermented rice, so it's kind of like wine. It's more like wine than distilled spirit. It's not distilled. So anything that would have been distilled from something would not need to be refrigerated. It's shelf stable. But sake is more like it's a fermentation of rice, and so therefore, yes, it would need to be refrigerated. They're an exclusive Scotch club. Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Things are a little crazy right now.
Marius is, pretending he knows what he's doing again.
It's this OBS is not as good as it should be. Okay. Joseph.
All right. Don't worry, guys. I have not only an episode being written about Amaro, but I have an episode being written about Vermouth. But Vermouth, if you think that Amaro has, if I think that Amaro has a ton of information about it, Vermouth has 10,000 years of history. So, we got to get through that. Let's try and get through that in a 10-minute video.
All right, we'll see if we can.
All right, let's see. What do we got here? Robin Newquist. I tried to know the Whiskey Festival. The bottlings were exceptional. Nice.
It's so hard to resize windows in this thing. There we go.
To resize the windows?
Yeah, there we go.
I know, but now I have 2 different half pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, now it pulled over. Sent in by Joseph Lynch. Here we go. Oh, wow. That is a nice selection of stuff, Joseph Lynch. Good job.
Barfly stuff.
Although, I got to say, I want a little more organization here because it's so nicely organized, but then all the bottles are sort of like the Campari is down here, but then the Luxardo is up there. And, then you've got your Rittenhouse down with that, and then next to that is a Smith & Cross. And I kind of just feel like, let's put the whiskeys with the whiskeys. Let's put the liqueurs with the liqueurs, the scotches with the scotches. We can find things. I'm actually only saying that because I'm just as guilty as you of doing the exact same thing.
But maybe he's put them in order of use. These are the ones I use the most, and then I use this one.
Yeah, okay, so that's what they say. So here's the thing about long videos versus short videos and then medium videos. The thing is that the thing about long videos on YouTube is that people say the longer the better, and then some people say oh, well, people just tune out after 5 minutes. The fact of the matter is that it's pretty difficult to get people to tune in for a long video on YouTube. The average duration of view time from our videos is something like 6 or 7 minutes. Well, maybe even a little less than that.
It's about no matter how long it is, it's about 50%. Yeah.
It's 50% of however long it is. Yeah. Which is true. So the thing is that I just don't think about length when I'm doing videos. I just think about how much time this needs to have a complete video, because what's more important for me than video length, what's more important is that I'm getting across the information that you guys, I'm teaching something that you guys want to learn, you know what I mean? The whole point of this channel is to, sort of knock up your cocktail knowledge and your cocktail game at home. And part of that is learning about spirits. And so now we want to start doing these spirits. And then a lot of people have been asking me about what would I sub for this, or what would I sub for this, or what bourbons do I like? So then on Barfly Free Pour, we did my 5 favorite, kind of budget bottles of bourbon that I like. The ones that are lower cost, higher quality. And then we're going to do that for a lot of different spirits, But getting into Vermouth and getting into Amaro is something that a lot of people have been asking me for. And on top of that, it's really important because there's a fundamental, just a lot of people are very confused about Amaro and Vermouth. And I understand why, because there's a lot of history and there's a lot of tradition. There's not a lot of laws that sort of there's not a lot of laws that make rules for these, spirits or for vermouths. And so, there's a lot of, futzing around with what's what. I mean, basically, if something has a distilled spirit macerated with herbs and has some sweetener in it, it's basically a vermouth. So, all right. Sounds like everyone who watches YouTube needs 5 milligrams of ADHD medication so we can watch more YouTube. I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like I need 5 milligrams of ADHD medication so I can have my voice at a tolerable level for Marius.
Yes, that'd be nice.
Maybe we should try it, I don't know. There's a really great YouTuber that I stumbled upon today that actually has ADHD. And then he does this one segment called Off My Pills or something like that, or like Off the Pill. And he basically doesn't take his ADHD medication and then has these like kind of out there videos that he makes. I thought that was a really good idea. I don't like the idea of taking ADHD medication, so I just drink booze instead. Just bought Grandad Bonded yesterday, LOL. Nice. Bonded Grandad is one of my absolute favorites. And what's funny is that when I put Bonded Grandad into that video, people are like, well, what about the Evan Williams Bonded? And it's like, dude, I still like the Evan Williams Bonded, but I gave it a lot of play on Barfly, and Grandad needs to be touted. Plus, I guess pound for pound, shot for shot, I like Grandad better.
All right.
What? Oh, here we go.
Get back to bar.
Another bar, but there's all I see is Melillo, because there is another window covering the name on my end. There we go, Vincent Melillo. Here we are. Oh, look at all those pappies. There you go. He's got a bunch of, so he's got some Stag. He's got some Stag Junior. He's got the Sazerac. He's got the Van Winkle and a pappy. I can't tell. Are they 12, 20? What pappies does he have, buddy?
Where are they?
They're middle shelf. All of that whole middle shelf is the Buffalo Trace shelf, it looks like. He's got a Weller 12-year. He's got an old Weller 107 Antique, an old bottle though. That's the old bottle before they changed the branding. Then he's got he's the Tom Handy. He's got the Tom Handy. He's got the, it looks like, I want to say he's got the old Rip Van Winkle, and then he's got the Pappy 12, and maybe a Pappy 15 or something, and then a George T. Stagg and a Stag Junior. Very nice. And a Luxardo tucked there. Then that, that bottle of Luxardo that everyone has is right there too. And then the bottom shelf's not so bad. A little Citadel gin. He's got some Campari that everyone needs to have. A little Roku gin. It's a nice little gin selection. I like it. A little Cointreau. What do you think about Kirkland's gin and Kirkland's vodka? Here's the thing. I actually haven't tasted Kirkland's brand, which is the Costco brand.
I told somebody we're going to do a test.
We should do a test. I actually haven't tasted them. From what I
ones.
understand, though, that their gin is like, and their vodka is like, but then they source Scotch. The thing that you guys have to understand is that there's this thing called a non-producing distiller. Okay, so a non-producing distiller is a company that buys their distillate from another company, bottles it, and sells it. Right. So like Redemption whiskey. Okay, Redemption buys their distillate. Or in the very beginning, they were buying their distillate from MGP. So MGP is in Illinois. It's the old Seagram's distillery, and they make distillate for people to buy. I'm pretty sure that Tito's comes from MGP as well, or one of those big kind of commercial distilleries. So what Kirkland does, and like people like Trader Joe's, is they basically just buy their distillate, or they buy their whiskey from a commercial distillery, so they can actually get their hands on quality stuff. And I've heard that they have like 18 and 30-year-old Scotch that's actually pretty decent. So we will be going to Costco, and we will be wearing a mask when we go there because we don't want to be kicked out, and I don't want my cart taken away. And we will buy some Kirkland's booze, and we will have a little taste test on Barfly Free Pour for sure.
Is Costco open?
Yes, Costco's open, yeah. Didn't you see that whole big thing where that guy refused to wear a mask and then the other guy kicked him out?
No, but
You didn't see that? It was all over social media. Yeah, so it's really easy for companies to just basically buy whiskeys. I mean, they can even buy whiskeys that have been finished in barrels by other companies, and they just buy the juice, they bottle it, they slap their own label on it, and they put it out.
Booze on the Rocks says Kirkland vodka is Grey Goose.
Well, here's the thing. If I do a deep dive on Kirkland's, I'm going to find out where they buy their distillate. I'm going to find out the entire process, everything else that I can find about it, and then I'll tell you guys about it. So if I can. I don't know if they keep all that stuff a secret, but I'm pretty sure that I could get to the bottom of where all their booze is coming from, for sure. But it's really easy to get quality booze for someone like Costco. It's not like they're just making cheap stuff. They're buying from a commercial distillery for sure. Wait, Ernie, are you telling me that you think that Tito's is actually made in Austin, Texas? Because if you do, I've got a little bit of swampland I can sell you in Louisiana. They do not make their own. They do not make their own distillate.
The company's based there, probably.
Tito's does not make their own distillate. Almost 100%. Here's the deal. You want to test that? Call Tito's up and ask for a tour of their distillery, and see what they say.
Well, now they can blame it on the corona, but.
What's that?
Well, now they can blame it on the corona. It's like, oh no.
Oh yeah, coronavirus. Yeah. Hi, Adam. I just wanted to say hi because he said hi, Leandro. Hi, Marius. I want some swampland in Louisiana. All right, I got some swampland to sell you. Please, Kirkland Deep Live and follow up live stream. Yeah, hey, by the way, guys, guess what? I will do that, but guess what? There's another thing that kind of occurred to me while I was sort of preparing for the live stream, and by preparing, I mean I wasn't really actually preparing or doing anything at all, but I was thinking a lot. If you guys have any ideas for videos that you want to see, hit me up, because now, Marius, here's the thing. When we started the channel, we had no time and a lot of ideas. Now I'm going through a lot of those ideas, but all we have is time on our hands. The screen died.
Oh.
And because I have all the...
It lasted a long time, though.
It did last a long time. There is something that pops up when you make it come alive again that might be the key to why it's doing that. If you have... so we have all this time on our hands, and now we're just like running through videos. So tell me what you want to see, and if I like it, and it passes the old, it passes the old think, I might make a video on it. So tell me all about it. Tell me what you guys want to see. I got some beachfront property in Montana I can let go of. There you go, Birdhouse BMX. I would love to see more regular book reviews. Yes, I've been talking to Marius about this, and I've been trying to do some, and he's been talking me out of that.
What does a regular book reviews mean?
Like the bartender, I'm assuming he means the bartender book club, where I just kind of go through a cocktail book that I enjoy.
I did buy
the next one that I want to do is the Modern Tiki book by Shannon Mustafer.
And I do have that old one. It did come in the mail.
Nice. And we want to do some book reviews on some old cocktail books as well, because really all of you guys should be buying old cocktail books and going through them. There is a lot to say about that, but I'll say it in the video. Book reviews are just awesome. I mean, I think that the reason why Marius kind of has been talking me out of them is because the views are kind of low on those book reviews. But the people who like them really like them, and I like doing them. So
no, we can shoot more. We just have a couple of those old ones that we kind of want to re-release because we moved them from channel, we deleted it. It was like a whole mess.
So Dave says, I would love to see a series on lost cocktails from those old cocktail books. So Dave, do you mean like like 5 lost cocktails in one video, like a list thing, or would you want to see like a series of different videos, just one cocktail at a time?
Probably a
what
list,
were you going like this about? Marius was like this behind the camera, like, ooh, I've got an idea.
Now we can do with those Bogart's bitters.
Well, with the Bogart's bitters, we're gonna be doing that, and not only that, but I want to do a video called Battle of the Bitters, because there's the Bogarts, and then I got the Bokers, and then there's this whole story about Bogarts and Bokers, and we're gonna see which ones actually make a better original flavor cocktail or whatever, and I think that would make an interesting video. Can you go back up to that super chat, because I did not see it and I want to see what it says. The little $5 super chat up there. Thank you very much, by the way.
It's from Chris
Choose
Pinner.
a drink from the Savoy, for example, that no one makes anymore. Make it, then review it. Okay, but I'm telling you right now, Dave, that you fall into but this might actually kill 2 birds with 1 stone. See, the thing is that what you got to understand about doing stuff from the Savoy and stuff like that is that a lot of those old cocktail books, they boast like 400 recipes, but they only have 40 good recipes, and all of the rest of the 360 recipes in there are just filler, so a lot of them are crap. That being said, a lot of people have given me a lot of guff that I like every cocktail that I've tasted on this channel, and I've never been like, ooh, this is terrible. So maybe I should start doing ones from the Savoy cocktail book and then just tasting them as is from the specs from the Savoy cocktail book, and then seeing if they're any good. And then maybe we should reconstruct one of those as well. Here's how it is. It's crappy. This is why it's crappy. Here's how to make it better. All right, what's the
All right, I'm just going to do this because I'm going to duplicate the displays, and then you're going to see what I see.
Oh, there you go.
Whoa.
Now I just see myself,
just
which
see
I don't
you.
want to look at that. I just want to look at the comments.
That was not what I
Okay.
said.
Oh, look at that. Love the channel. But hold on. Anything thoughts for someone that lives with people that only like sugary drinks or mixes. I want to try new things. Chris, I think that what you need to start doing is you need to start making really balanced citrusy cocktails for the sugary drink people, and that you will blow their minds. You will change their whole thing. Someone else wrote something about AF in the super chat that I want to see. It was up. It's going to go up because the comments are going. Oh, here we go. Wait, no.
AF?
Is that it? Follow up live stream. Yeah, it said something like, wait. What do you think about Kirkland's gin and vodka? I don't have an opinion on it yet, but that opinion is coming. I don't know. Maybe go back because maybe we missed it, or I don't know. Maybe I was seeing things because it's not that far up.
Yeah,
it's not that
I think
far
you're
up.
seeing stuff.
Maybe I'm assuming. I was thinking that somebody was commenting on this.
Oh,
I think somebody was. Who made a comment about this book right here? Who made a comment about it? Because I think that somebody just made a comment about this. And I do have plans for the book. And I've been really thinking about what I want to do with this book. So, but there is a plan for this. But when I said that I read every cocktail book, guys, I read every single cocktail book I get my hands on. So, oh, Emmanuel super chat. Chris Piner, we expect to see a regular happy hour picks on the Discord from you. Ray and Nephew Overproof. Hell yeah. There's some Ray and Nephew Overproof over there, I'm pretty sure. Yep, I see it. I see where the bottle's at. Mentioned, okay, Emmanuel27 mentioned Fancy AF, but I want to see what the actual comment was, and it was a super chat comment. So Emmanuel27, yeah, so I wasn't seeing things. Somebody did.
At some point in time, we were able to select all the super chats and like see them, but now...
But now you only see that one, the Chris one. Yeah.
Not so much.
But it came after that Chris. Now we just have to scroll through. I'm pretty sure it was a super chat. Oh, there we go. Maybe the cocktail one's from Fancy AF, LOL. Yes! Trust me, I've got plans for that book. So don't you worry, my dude. I got you.
We're having some trouble finding the super chats right now, but they definitely stick out. So if you want us to see something,
right? Yeah, if you want us to see something, definitely super chat us because I will see it.
Yeah,
absolutely. My next purchase then, LOL. Well, maybe because here's the thing: I'm going to be making cocktails from Fancy AF blind, so I'm not going to test them or anything. I'm just going to make them blind and see if I got a whole thing about it. It's going to be a fun video. It's going to be a fun video. But I have stated plenty of times that, so my wife watches the Real Housewives series, and she watches like all of them, like New York, Beverly Hills, like and I cannot bring myself to watch that show. It's terrible. But the Vanderpump Rules is a spinoff from that show. I'm sure that most of you guys know what Vanderpump Rules is, and I did actually get into watching it. I started watching it with Anika, and then we started watching it together, and then she would just be watching it, and then I would just watch it with her, just kind of by default, and then I just sort of started getting involved in the storyline. So now I have this Fancy AF cocktail book, and I'm just wondering if these people can actually make a good drink. I don't know if they can. To me, it seems like they're working on their abs and their suntans more than they're working on the quality of their cocktails, But I may be wrong, and honestly, I'm very, very interested to know.
Maybe they used the ghost bartender.
What?
Like instead of a ghost writer, they had a ghost bartender?
Like maybe they did. I don't know. I gotta say, I really don't know. Look at Darren Orange is like working for it. He's like, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, Darren. Absolutely. Will you be dressed Fancy AF? I mean, I think I should. If you just look at this, I kind of feel like I should pull together one of these outfits, okay? Really, I should just shave my mustache into a pencil mustache and then wear this outfit. I should be wearing that outfit when I do the video, don't you think?
A little bit down.
Shouldn't I be wearing this outfit?
Yes.
The name of this cocktail is I Don't Do Coke. I'm guaranteeing, I haven't even looked at the recipe, there's an energy drink in there. Is there an energy drink in there? Organic energy drink powder. It's called I Don't Do Coke. They also have another cocktail in here called Trespasser, Golden Shower, Serial Dater, Failed Magician. These are... I don't want to go through it here, but It's going to be a good video, guys. It's going to be a good video. But yes, I think I should be dressed fancy AF for it. I might even have to pay a stylist to really deck me out for that video. All right, for me, it's the jalapeno. I don't like jalapeno on my drink, but if it's good, I'll make it. All right. That pencil drink screams Leandro as Poppy 100 100. Yes, it does, Draven. Yes, it does. If you were stuck on an island and could only take one bourbon, which bourbon would you choose? Oh, easy. That would be Rittenhouse Bonded Rye.
Like
100%.
Bottle
Hopefully,
ever?
at least to get a case of it, though. And not just one bottle. That would really suck.
But like of any
No, I think it's just like any bourbon.
ever.
Oh, but actually, it was rye, though. He asked for bourbon specifically, so, and I just said rye, so I guess it would be the Grandad. I mean, I would like a split case of either like the Grandad or the... People are going to say, well, why not Pappy? But honestly, I'm not really that partial to wheated whiskey. To me, wheated whiskey is a bit too sweet. I like big and spicy flavors. I think I'm going to have to go with the Grandad Bonded, but if I don't know why I'd have to take bourbon with me, I mean, that's the bourbon that I would choose, but I would rather take Rittenhouse Rye. That would be my my desert island whiskey.
Which
What did anyone else stalk or admire from afar Leandro by watching his short film after last week's Love Stream?
Which
No,
short
just
film?
me. Love Stream? What's that?
Which short film, Elizabeth?
Black
find
Irish
it?
probably, or Strange? There's only 2 short films that you're going to see me in.
They're publicly available?
Maybe we should do a Zoom screening of Strange. Strange is not available because
Maybe we'll do a
we
live
had some
streaming.
problems. We had some problems with some copyright on Strange, and we got shut down.
Well, we can
But
do
it's a great movie.
we can do it on a live stream one day, maybe.
Do Strange on the live stream? Yeah, I mean that would be awesome. But the thing is that we'd have to take the video down because there's a copyright issue with it. So we wouldn't be able to post that video afterward.
Black Irish.
You know what we should do? We should do a screening of Strange on a live stream on Patreon or for you know what? For YouTube subscribers or something. I still have to figure out this live stream between YouTube and Patreon and how to make it work together. Because I would want everyone to be able to come to it, but it would be a cool thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards Patreon, slowly transitioning into being YouTube members.
I know, but YouTube takes such a major cut of your money. They take 30% of your money.
Yeah, it's just more easily manageable for us.
And not only
to-
that, but I guarantee you that
platform.
if we switch Patreon away, even if it's a gradual change, we will lose at least 15% of our revenue from that. I guarantee it.
just
Have you tried Pikesville Rye, Leandro? Big step up from Rittenhouse. Ah, ooh, Vincent. Come on, man. Pikesville is all right. I don't think it's a huge step up, though. No, I don't. But it is good rye.
Vincent's home bar is up next, so that's
Ooh!
might be a good,
I'm going to judge your home bar, Vincent,
All right.
after you was talking shit on my
Here we go, Vincent. Oh, that's the one we saw.
Oh, that's the one we saw. He has a really good home bar. He does. I like the Buffalo Trace shelf, Vincent. All right.
Oh no, we maybe ask like which.
You
which
showed it
years?
already. Yes, he goes, you showed it already. I know we showed it. You're a third. Yeah.
But it was a good transition into.
It
home
is a
bars.
very good one. Yeah, I like it. Chris Twiggs, it was good. Well done, Leandro and Anika. Which is well done on watching Vanderpump?
No, the short, I guess, the Black Irish.
Oh, yeah, because Anika directed me in that, yes. Anika directed it, and I wrote and starred in it. Black Irish. But where's Black Irish on the internet right now?
I don't know. What about the other
Maybe
one?
it... I know that it's
Elizabeth-
on my personal...
Vimeo.
What?
Elizabeth watched it on Vimeo.
Oh, it's on my personal Vimeo, yeah. So I have a personal Vimeo account, and it is actually on there.
Public, yeah. All right, home bar.
All right, home bar.
Oh, we saw this
Joseph
one.
Lynch. We didn't see this one yet, did we?
We did see this one. Yeah.
Joseph Spencer, and the next one is Joseph as well. Joseph Spencer. Look at that. We're right at an hour. We're
Joseph
running out of
Spencer.
time, guys. I'm having too much fun hanging out with you guys. You should try Refined Rye. You know, what isn't Refined the gin that we were tasting with Kim? Wasn't it Refined gin?
I don't know
I think it was. I should taste their rye.
if Kim is still here.
Vimeo, so expect a royalty check soon. Nice. Infuse a malty citrus gin with Szechuan pepper for that extra tangy citrus kick. Was thinking of a sour gin cocktail. Any tips? Yes. If you want to do a sour gin cocktail and you want to do Szechuan pepper, you could actually use orgeat for your simple syrup and do just like a fix. So a fix would be 1 ounce of lemon or 3/4 of an ounce of lemon, depending on what you want. And then you can do 3/4 of an ounce of sugar, 2 ounces of your Szechuan gin, whip it with some crushed ice, dump it into a big rocks glass, add some ice on top of that, garnish it with some peppers, garnish it with some love and fire, and drink it.
All right.
That's what I say. What's DKK say?
Danish kroner.
Wait, was that the guy with the Danish kroner?
This is the guy
Oh,
with the
DKK.
Danish kroner.
Wow. Yeah. Sour gin cocktail. Yeah, that's what I would say. That's what I say. I'd say make a fix. Are you at the point where you can tell a drink will work based on hearing the ingredients, and how often are you surprised? Yes. Well, here's the thing. I can look at a recipe and say this drink is going to work and this drink isn't going to work. That being said, I have to really taste it to really see if it's fully balanced. And I am constantly surprised by cocktails, especially because like so many people make a surprising ingredient. Here's a really good example of that. This banana syrup is a really good example of that. So I had never made a banana syrup where we actually macerated the peels into sugar. So I knew how the drink was going to balance based on the fact that this is a 2-to-1 simple syrup and it's going to be pretty sweet. But I didn't know how much of the banana flavor would be imparted from the peels because I had never done it, and that is something that I need to taste. And so with I taste a lot of cocktails that have just amazingly forward-thinking ingredients. And when I encounter cocktails like that, I can say, well, this is going to be, I can tell by the specs that this is going to work if the flavors are all, sort of come across the way that they're supposed to. But there are certain ingredients that I really need to taste to really get the balance of the drink, if that makes sense. Yes. It seems like Vincent has been collecting those for quite some time. Either that or he works in a bar and he's got an inn.
Do you want to do more home bars? We have some more.
Yeah.
All right.
Bring up the home bars.
Boom.
I mean, hey, we're going overtime. That's cool. Josh Spencer. I wish I could see a little bit bigger, but I can't, so that's cool. There he is. That seems like a really extensive home bar and a really nice one. I really like the little stools. I love how he showed us 3 pictures. He's got like his small hutch, and then he's got like, this is how it's in the room. Here's the actual bar top. Here are the stools, and then here's all the rest of my collection. And he's got some really good stuff there. It looks like I see some. It looks like Tempest Fugit banana. It's a nice Amaro shelf, a little Mr. Black there, and Montenegro and Nonino.
He sent another picture that I didn't include that has that artificial palm tree with lights in it.
Oh, cool. Well, that's cool. That's all right. I mean, I don't have to see them all. It's a lot of really nice gins. A little Junipero. It looks like there's a little ransom Old Tom and some Beefeater, my favorite workhorse. There's a little Grandad up there, I see that too, and a little Tanqueray 10. Marius's favorite gin bottle is a Tanqueray 10 bottle. He loves that bottle. He thinks he goes, why doesn't everyone have a Tanqueray 10 bottle just like that? It's so elegant.
And Albert
He
Reefy.
got a little bit he was fitzing a little bit when he saw that bottle.
Albert Reefy is a big fan of it too.
Albert Reefy is a huge fan of that bottle, but that actually goes to say because it's a very Art Deco bottle, and he's sort of a very kind of Art Deco kind of 20 style guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Isn't that what we know about Albert Reefy?
That's what we know.
All right, next up.
All right.
Whoa, Joshua Rude. A small but good, and I love the Scotch selection. It's really nice. A little Glenmorangie, a little Glenfiddich, Balvenie, Glenlivet, Macallan 12, all the usual suspects. So he's got he's got a little bottle of Blue Label there, which, it's a little overpriced in my opinion, but nice.
What about the platinum
Unicorn
label?
bottle. Cinzano. What's that?
The platinum label.
Ooh, the platinum. It says an 18 year? Is it like 18-year blend or something?
It's 18, it says.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I have a lot of strong words for blends. A little Evan Williams. I'll take that Evan Williams anyway. A little Crown. Second bottle of Crown. Third bottle of Kahlua we've seen tonight. All right, next up.
All right.
Small but good collection. I like it. Whiskey forward collection. Woo, here we go. Oh, this is just a really small little, kind of corner. He's got his 4 roses.
2 pictures.
And Rittenhouse. Oh, 2 pictures. Okay. So this is just like the little, this is what I offer my guests when they walk in the door. Now, where's the next picture? Oh, and then it's like a nice little corner, though.
And in this I remember he said, note the Koki in the fridge in the corner.
Oh, I would not have gotten that, but good on you. Showing me a picture of Koki in the fridge, in the photo, gives me hope for humanity. So thank you, Matthew Fraze. Thank you very much. I love this little selection that you have going here. The 4 roses small batch there. You got a little Appleton, a little Bullet. It's got some strong words for Bullet, but we'll leave those out of this video. Cointreau. Yeah, nice. Good job. Love it. Oh, and Rittenhouse on the right. But I didn't see any Pikesville. Do you, Vincent? Do you see Pikesville? Just kidding. I'm just giving you a hard time. Pikesville is a very good rye. Ooh, there you go. This is a nice selection. I'm noting that the Koki di Torino is unopened bottle. Thank you very much.
Some comments before we go to the next one?
Yeah, why? Are there some good ones?
I don't know. Let's see.
Here he goes. I want to know what's up with the Bullet. I want to know what's up with Bullet, LOL. I don't know if I should just say it. I love Rittenhouse. Use it all the time in cocktails, but Pikesville is my neat rye of choice. All right, Vincent. All right.
You just don't like the taste?
I just want you to know. I see you, buddy. I see you. All right. Yeah, Bullet. I got some strong words for Bullet, but if you want to just Google Tom Bullet.
Oh, you don't like
see what comes up.
Person?
Huh?
You don't like the person behind it?
Tom Bullett's the founder of Bullet Bourbon. Just look it up. All right, what do we got?
Did we look at this or?
I did look at it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I went through every bottle though. I mean, there's some good stuff there. Is that Bacardi? Is that Bacardi Gold or Bacardi 151? On the right, on the my left-hand side, which
Bacardi Gold.
Bacardi Gold. Okay. I'm always impressed when I see a 151 because Bacardi 151 has been discontinued. Aperol, Campari, Averna, a little green chartreuse, all the good stuff. There's like a lot of good liqueurs here. You got a little Rothman Winter's Creme de Violette that I see there, a little Benedictine, a little Applejack, although I would impress on you, there's that Applejack, the 80 proof, which is actually a blend of apple brandy and neutral grain spirits, I believe. It's like a blend. It's not fully, so I would suggest you go out and get the bonded Applejack. Cool. Chris Twiggs, I was going to say, that's not for me. MGP, I don't know what we're talking about. I had a business call during dinner. They might be talking about a scandal with the Bullet family. They fired one of the family members a few years ago, and someone who has been very vocal known promoter of the band. Okay, so Bullet is out now. They are big this year.
All
right, next up.
Norma.
This is a fantastic home bar, by the way, and I love that little bottle of Liqueur 43 there, tucked up there with the Di Serrano and Mr. Black. This is a nice bar. Anytime I see Karuba rum, I just want to kiss the person who has that bar.
What is that lizard-looking thing? Is that a tequila or something?
What lizard-looking thing?
There's like a ceramics.
On the blue ceramic on the bottom left?
Uh-huh.
Is it a lizard-looking thing? I don't know what that... Oh, it is kind of like a lizard. Yeah, it might be a tequila. I don't know what that is. I have not encountered that bottle, my friend. I don't know. I love all the rum JM that I see, and a little El Dorado. What do we got? It's like a little tiki shelf right there with a Stiggins Fancy Pineapple Rum and Appleton Reserve, it looks like, and an Appleton 12. This is a pretty nice rum selection. I love it. Good job. Love it.
All
That's
right.
a good one.
Next one, Sean.
Ooh, this is a very colorful bar. Mm-hmm. Oh, I like this one. Here we go.
It's very,
what do we got here?
Hula
Yeah, I don't know. Can you like zoom in a little? I mean, I see a little Appleton. I see Midori. I see Jägermeister. Got some good stuff here.
It's kind of a blurry picture.
What's that?
The picture is kind of
It's
blurry.
a little bit blurry, yeah. It's kind of hard to see like what it is.
Cruzan, I see
A little
there.
Bacardi, Cruzan.
Midori up here.
A little, but I do see that Ray and Nephew overproof rum. Kind of tucked away in the back there. Right next to the Cruzan on the right. That's a nice little, I like it. I love it when people appropriate small spaces for bars because it's awesome. And there's like a little mermaid on top and a little shark swimming in. It's a very tiki kind of vibe corner bar, which is really nice. Is that it? That's all?
No, there's more, but let's just go back to comments.
Just go back to the comments. No offense, but no offense meant, since it still looks better than mine, but it does look like a very much. Yeah, but it's like this. You make a bar out of the space you have. If you don't have a lot of space, if you're like in a small apartment or whatever, you got a little corner, and you make it into a bar. At least you have appropriated a little corner to make your friends some drinks.
It could be a dorm bar. It didn't say. So
who is doing a punch recipe right now? What are your thoughts on the bourbon milk punch? Bourbon. Milk, simple syrup, dashes of vanilla extract, garnishing nutmeg. Sounds fantastic. I love me a punch, although when I do milk punch, I like to make it with brandy. Brandy and or bourbon, or just brandy. Sometimes a little Scotia rum in there. It's really nice. A little Jamaican rum to give it a little, but I really like it. Yeah, and those specs look good. 2 ounces of bourbon, 3 ounce whole milk, 1 ounce simple syrup. I mean, okay, it's a big-ish drink, but those specs are okay.
I think Joshua needs to make his wife more cocktails so he can.
My wife only let me have the one cabinet. Oh, well, if he made his wife more cocktails, maybe she should let him have the 2 cabinets.
You just start sneaking in more and more like different ingredients. So you have to like expand.
Well, do you know what I do? Do you know what I do? This is a really good. Here's the thing: if your wife will only let you have the 1 cabinet, what you do is this is what you do, and you want me to teach you how to get the 2nd cabinet in a professional way. You just start obtaining more liquor and putting it out on the counter. And then it starts cluttering up the counters, and then your wife's gonna be like, I don't want all this liquor on the counter, and you're like, well, I only have the 1 cabinet. And that's sort of your very passive-aggressive way of getting a 2nd cabinet for your booze. Just start having it take over counter space.
Oh, she doesn't drink, yeah.
The entire liquor collection where I'm staying is on 1 shelf in a cabinet. You know what? That's okay. My hubby and I have a Scotch cabinet. I love it.
A whole cabinet?
I don't have a whole cabinet devoted to Scotch. I have I have buckets of booze basically here. When will you get the epic bunny fufu tiki cocktail? When I have the time to make it, Darren. Yes, I am thinking about it. I was actually talking to a company in Chicago about getting a little carrot eau de vie. I was trying to do that because I wanted to put carrot in it. Screen went off again. There it is. I wanted to get a little carrot flavor in there without actually putting carrot juice in there, and the carrot eau de vie would have been a really nice one to include. Just basically explained how my porch became a tiki bar with tons of rum. Yes, that's exactly how you do it. Chris, you and I are on the level, my friend.
Your porch, is it, where does Chris live?
He lives in Florida.
So it's eternal summer down there.
Yeah, but his tiki bar is like, I don't know if you like he posts a lot of pictures on the Discord, and it's a very nice little bar he put together. It's really nice. I like it a lot. All right, guys, this is going to be us signing off, and the reason it is 8
All right, well, let's do the last one.
Okay, Taylor Andrews. Let's do this. Oh, the OFTD is a must in everybody's rum collection. So if you guys do not have a bottle of Plantation OFTD, you better get one. And the Tempest Fugit Banana. This is a man after my own heart. We got a little Michter's right there. Is that Amalfi Gin? It looks like Amalfi Gin, but I might be wrong. No, it's actually
Sunday Gin.
Sunday Gin. It looks like the Amalfi bottle. A little Cazadores, which is, it's good. I see Fernet in the background there. I see in between the OFTD and the Sunday Gin, that has to be a Rothman and Winters Creme de Violette for sure. Oh, here we go.
It's got 2 pictures.
2 pictures. Tuaca. Somebody was just asking me about Tuaca, or like, did I make a cocktail with Tuaca? and I have not, but I haven't actually tried it. I'd like to, though. Send me a bottle of Tuaca, somebody. I want to try it.
That Four Roses bottle looks different.
The Four Roses bottle, what?
It looks different.
Yes, because it's a different expression of Four Roses. What? Or it's the old bottle. Is that the old? That might be the old bottle for the small batch.
Single barrel, it says.
No, single barrel. There you go. It's a different expression.
All right, last one. Here we go. Omaha.
Here we go. Well, there you go. There's the Aperol. There's always Aperol and Cointreau in every single collection.
Are three of those bottles empty?
Three of what bottles?
The top ones. Are they empty?
I think that, yeah, some people like to save their, like when they have high-end booze and they drank it all, they want to save it. They want to save the bottle. Which I don't blame you, because it's kind of a sad thing, but at the same time, it's sort of like, if you have a bunch of old school booze that has been opened and oxidized to the air, then you, just so you know, every year you keep it, a portion of that distillate evaporates, okay? Especially if you're keeping it in a hot climate. And bourbon, according to the whiskey guys, and I believe this, that when bourbon has been oxidized and the bottle's been open, and if it is exposed to the light, the flavors change, and not for the better over time. So it's sort of like, and not only that, but it depends on how much whiskey is in the bottle, because if you have a little bit of whiskey and a lot of air, and there's a lot of air in there. Bye, good night, Chris Twiggs. See you later. Good to see you. Always a pleasure, my friend. Then the flavors are going to change, and it doesn't go bad because distillates don't go bad. It's still drinkable, but it's not as good as it once was. So you shouldn't make an infinity bottle. No, you should make an infinity bottle. Absolutely make an infinity bottle. But the thing about an infinity bottle is that you're constantly you keep adding to it, right? All of your little bits go into the infinity blend, right? So you're constantly adding to it. That being said, you can also do things like store it in a cool, dry, dark place. That's one way to store it. But yes, once you open a bottle or whatever, the air oxidizes it and you lose some to evaporation. So, it's like this. The point of this rant that I went on is drink your spirits. If you have something that's a high-end spirit that's just sitting on a shelf, the whole purpose of it is to drink and enjoy it. And when it's sad, and even though it's sad that you get to the bottom of a $200 bottle or whatever, some people like to keep the bottle as a memento, but you should always drink it.
Darren has
we have Old Grandad from like 1976, and it tastes about the same. Interesting.
Why?
I don't know why. A bottle of Old Grandad does not last very long in my house when I buy it yesterday, so I don't know how somebody would keep one from 1976. Maybe it's just like they got an old bottle from a granddad or something like that, like from their grandfather.
It's just been sitting around.
And then they're just like, ooh, is this safe to drink? I don't know. I'm just going to and so it's just been sitting around.
Somebody asked what an infinity bottle is, which I don't know either.
I mean, that's true, Keenan. I don't need to tell you guys to drink because that's why we're all here, because we like drinking.
Well, Keenan also asked what an infinity bottle is. What is it? What's
that? An infinity bottle is like, what a lot of people do is they'll take an empty bottle and they'll take, when their bourbon or their rye, whatever whiskey they have is down to the last little bit, they blend it into the same bottle, and you're constantly adding to it. So basically you have this blend. That being said, I don't think that you should pour every spirit into there. Usually it's done with whiskey, and usually it's done with like I'm going to do like bourbon and rye, and so all the little bits of the bourbon and rye bottles that are left over when the bottle's almost done go into the infinity bottle, and they make their own blends. Some people have gotten very masterful about blending their blends, though. That's the thing. So, for instance, I have a guy that I used to work with, a friend of mine named Sean Bray, who made this thing called the Dodeca Daiquiri, which I absolutely do want to make a video on. It is a daiquiri with 12 rum blend. It's basically an infinity bottle of rum in one bottle, a 12 rum blend, and I'm only missing 2 rums to be able to make it. So I just need 2 more, and then I can make this video on the Dodeca Daiquiri.
Is it like any
it's a
12
great,
rum?
It's a great daiquiri. What's that?
Is it any 12 rums? Or
no,
like
he picked specific 12 rums, but he did it by making an infinity bottle. So he was like, I'm going to put a little bit of this, a little bit of this. He made this infinity bottle out of these particular rums that he wanted to use, kind of tasting through it as he went. I used to hate Marius interruptions, but now I think it's cool.
Yeah, I like that he interrupted himself.
I came from Steve, and then...
I like that
Steve the bartender.
Yeah, I like that he interrupted himself on that.
Yeah. You know, the thing about Marius interruptions is that they're not really interruptions. And for my money, I kind of feel like the Marius interruptions make each video a little bit... Interesting. The thing about Marius and I is that we're like an old married couple. You know, we sort of love and hate each other at the same time and love to hate each other a little bit. But it's what kind of makes our channel unique. Like, Steve the bartender doesn't have a lot of interaction behind the camera. Greg doesn't have a lot of interaction. They have a little bit of interaction behind the camera. But Marius is a very big part of the show, and I want him to be one half of the show. It's not just about me being the educated barfly. It's sort of about drinks and making drinks and hanging out and learning how to make things great at home. And it's about our relationship. And, you know, it's kind of like, I kind of like that like vlog style kind of thing where it's sort of about our relationship, right?
Yeah.
As much as it is about making drinks.
And Robin...
Well, I'm not going to show him on screen until we're at 1 million subscribers, Chris Pinner, so you better start getting to work for us.
I thought I was getting tipsy at 1 million.
Oh, who wants to see Marius get tipsy? That would be a good one at 1 million subscribers.
But Robin, we've been trying to get Steve to Skype in on one of these things, but he's a little shy.
He's a little bit shy. He's a little shy about the live stream.
With the live stream stuff. So
he is.
Just keep messaging.
But you know what, guys? If
them.
you want Steve on this channel, we've been trying to get him to Skype in, and Marius is right. He's been a little shy. So if you guys want, this is what we do. Whoever watches Steve's channel, let's spam his channel with comments about Skyping in.
Because it's daytime now in Australia, and he checked in a couple of times. He came and chatted, but he doesn't...
Here?
Yeah.
On this stream?
No, not this one.
Okay, but he has checked in on our streams before, yeah.
Yeah.
He has checked in on our streams before, so no tipsy at 200,000. No, 200,000, no way. We're going to hit 200,000 inevitably. When we hit 500K, we'll do something special. And when we hit 1 million, Marius is getting drunk.
You know, we
spam Steve. Spam him about... Just spam all his comments about coming on the Educated Barfly on our live stream because we want him to Skype in. We really want him to.
Yeah, we did this one thing with Steve, but it just life gets in the way of these like pre-recorded things. So we want to get him live. Just phone in one day.
See, Robin says you don't. Why don't you record some Zoom collaborations with Steve?
Yeah, but that's going to be the same.
It's better when it's live.
Yeah, and that's going to be the same thing as the other one. It just took forever to get them sent over and do the thing.
Right. It's too much. Yeah, I kind of feel like you should just call in.
That's true.
I'll comment on every new video of Steve's with those comments.
Spam
nice.
Steve.
That's what I want to see. We should do it on one video so it can make an impact. Yes, just like hashtag spam Steve.
But Oliver said, don't spam anybody, but just like...
All right, don't spam him because that's not nice, but just comment strongly without spamming. All right, that's
encourage
true.
him
Don't spam him.
to come on our live stream.
We like Steve. I like Steve a lot. I think that Steve is a really nice guy. We have a good relationship with him. He's an awesome dude. He's a great bartender. And to tell you the truth, it would just be nice to do a collaboration with him. I know that he's very busy, and so I think that it's much better to just have a live stream call because it's just very low. It's just like he doesn't have to commit too much to it. You know, it's a very low commitment to just call into a show and then do it. So it would be nice to do it live if he wants to. And he's a little bit shy about doing live stuff, but I think it would be really fun. We would have a lot of fun. And it could just be a hangout. It doesn't have to be like we're doing anything cool. It doesn't have to be that we're doing anything special. He could just call in and have a drink with us, and that would be awesome. I mean, I know that a lot of you guys came over from his channel or sub both of these channels.
All right, go check out Elizabeth.
Leandro, before you go, $20 super chat and disabled veterans. If you take a shot, whatever you want, in honor of Memorial Day, that I will do, absolutely. I've been not really taking shots at the behest of people because it gets a little crazy. But
Malort it is.
I'm not doing Malort. It's not going to be Malort. Maybe I should pull out the Gamble dance. You know what I'll do? You know, in honor of veterans, a little whiskey, my new favorite. I don't have Pikesville, Vincent. Jesus. I'm gonna do a little shot of the Rieger. Rieger, Kansas City American whiskey.
You might have to do a Malort.
I will not. No, $5. I will add $5 if it is Malort. No, not gonna do Malort for $5. If you add $25,
It just
I might
Malort
do...
just tastes really bad.
No, it's not that it
rail.
tastes bad.
I mean,
I don't even mind the taste. You know what it is?
It's
Malort
very
gives you a
unusual
terrible
taste.
fucking hangover because there's fucking ton of wormwood in it. And so it gives you a horrible hangover. And the first live stream that we did, I was like, you know, raring to get out the gate on live streams, and I was so excited about the live streams, and it was my brand new shiny toy. And I took a bunch of Malort shots, man, and I was more hungover than I was when I was 21 years old, and it's not happening again.
But it's an acquired taste, right?
Yes, it is an acquired taste, much like Campari, but it's not terrible. Malort is out of Marius's mouth, just made me laugh. So Malort it's out of Marius's mouth.
I'm not sure what he meant by that. I saw that.
I'm not sure what he meant by that either. Robin, please say what you were saying, because I don't understand what that means. Malort it's out of Marius's mouth just made me laugh so hard.
Maybe the way I said it, Malort.
Maybe the way you said it. Yeah.
Malort.
I'm trying to get my mother-in-law to try it, but I keep telling her it tastes like demons. Well, maybe that's not a really good way to tell. Maybe you should tell her that it tastes like
angels.
It tastes like bad intentions. It tastes like good intentions gone awry is what it really tastes like. I'm trying to get what else? Malort. It is no Malort. No, we're doing Rieger. So in honor of all the veterans that have sacrificed so much for this country, cheers. Oh, that's good fucking whiskey, man. Oh, I love it.
Thanks, Booze on the Rocks.
It's not a good selling point, not lying, but hey, you know, honestly, I think that the... Wait, did Booze on the Rocks say he'll message Steve? Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Booze on the Rocks. I would probably try something if somebody told me it tastes like demons. I probably would too, actually. If I was like, it tastes like demons, I have to try this. You don't tap before you shoot? Actually, my whole shot thing is tap and then tap and then drink, but not today. You do that on a bar top. You don't really do that at home. You sort of do it to like, you go like respect to you, respect to the bar, and then respect to the drink, and then drink. That's what you do. But we're not at a bar. We're at my house, and so I'm respecting to you and then just drinking. I should have respected the drink, but I just forgot. Hey, I found Steve because of you and Marius, and I found you guys because of Greg. So the YouTube circle continues. Absolutely. That's the whole thing, is that each channel feeds everything. And the greatest thing about Steve, Greg, and I, and any other channel, is that we're all very different. Steve does what he does, we do what we do, and Greg does what he does. And you guys, if you watch all those channels, then you get the full spectrum of cocktail channels on YouTube. Or very damn near close to the full spectrum. I mean, I don't know. There's something to be said for the Bonneville Cocktail Collection. They just don't post very much, but they do very good videos as well.
Yeah, it's like once a year or something, right?
Yeah, it's like, and once every 5 months they'll come out with a video, and they've been, since COVID happened, they've been very silent. So I looked at their channel pretty recently, and they didn't have anything up in 5 or 6 months, but they are a fantastic channel. I like watching, I like their style, and I like what they do. And they're bar owners and very talented as well, so. I am still trying to perfect the smile shake, but I haven't quite got it down. I always look like a cretin when I smile shake, and that's just the truth. I have RDF. I suffer from it, and you know, thanks for pointing it out, guys.
AJ says, I feel like your guys are the combination of Greg and Steve.
How are we the combination of Greg and Steve? We don't do pop culture cocktails very much.
But there was a time when that wasn't the case.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people, they were like, oh, before there were no Marius interruptions. The thing is that this channel has been a very long evolution. And the thing is that when I first started, I will say that I was a little bit arrogant. I'm a professional bartender. I noticed that there weren't a lot of professional bartenders on YouTube, and I was taking it very serious. And so I was like, hello guys, welcome back to the Educated Barfly. And I was just very serious about it. And like, it kind of took me a minute to sort of like be myself and loosen up, and things have gotten a lot better since then, I think, you know. So it's been an evolution. And the various interruptions have been not new, because it's been happening for at least a year, but a new-ish evolution that I think makes our show more three-dimensional and a lot better.
I don't even remember how it began.
Yes, they did actually. I signed up and got the COVID quarantine cocktail pamphlet from Vaudeville just to see what they were doing. But they did all of the simple classic drinks. That's what it was. But it was kind of a cool pamphlet the way they put it together, because they put it together like a military training manual kind of, which was kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of like when you get a military video game and you're looking through the little booklet inside the video game, and it's like written like a military dossier or something.
Oh, okay.
That's what it looked like.
Like,
Steve's the buttoned up. Greg is goofy and creative, and you and Marius are a great duo with a lot of personality. You two are the ones it'd be fun to kill a night at the bars with. Absolutely, we would be fantastically fun at the bar. That's true. But I got to tell you, from my experience, Greg is a lot of fun to drink with. Just FYI, he is a lot of fun to drink with. I have the one time that I've met Greg, and any time I've interacted with him, I've always had a ton of fun. He's a very smart, very fun to hang out with guy. So.
Yeah, we have only met 2 other channels, but Nick's a lot of fun.
Nick from Cocktail Cambridge was fun as hell. We spent the afternoon at his house shooting stuff, and that was really fun.
Greg's great.
Greg's great.
I'm assuming Steve is great too, but
all of our interactions with Steve have been awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone we've met, even Graham Stephan was fun to hang out with when we were tasting vodkas with him.
Yeah.
And he's got a great channel on YouTube too. It has nothing to do with booze, but it was fun.
Did you see he made a lasagna in the dishwasher? See that one?
No, I didn't see that one. I have been watching like kind of sporadically here and there. I watched somebody on CNN, like on some CNN show, react to his show in a very positive way, and it was a really fun video to watch.
Yeah, there's been a lot of these that's fun. Good for him.
Hey, the Educated Barfly, sorry I'm late to happy hour. It sucked working second shift. Yeah, I'm sorry too, but you know what? We're actually going overtime and we're having fun, so we might stay for a couple extra minutes. So at least you made it here, right? And Jenna, Ray, just so you know, I saw that. I like that you liking the dialogue, and thank you very much for saying that. How about Truffles? Oh, I like Truffles on the Rocks too. He's been very cool as well. Truffles is, his name is Jean-Felix, right, from Quebec. And he reached out to us and said, hey, I know you guys are a bigger channel, but would you mind doing this thing with me? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. And he's been super cool, and we have a nice dialogue as well. I have a loose plan for when this whole thing is over to go to Canada and hang out with him and go to some bars with him and make a video on it. I think that would be so much fun.
Do we still have something to do with him, like a response?
We do. So the Truffles on the Rocks thing, I actually have all the ingredients too. Actually, right before the pandemic hit, I got all the ingredients to recreate his drink, and I'm going to do it. I should do that this week, actually. I should recreate that drink on Thursday and do the response video and then just kind of apologize for as much time has passed, because quite honestly, it's been a lot of time, but the pandemic and all that stuff happened, and it was like nobody knew what was going on. Then we weren't shooting videos, and it got backburned, but we should absolutely get on that.
Yeah.
Any cocktail podcast you recommend? I used to listen to Eric DeCastro's podcast, but I just fell off it. So it's Eric Castro. Yes, Equal Parts Podcast. Little do you know about Kim Stodel. He has a podcast called Equal Parts Podcast, and it is fantastic. And I did a Sazerac episode with them, and it was a lot of fun. And I think you guys should definitely check it out. So go to your podcatcher, and then also Talktales the podcast. I actually am releasing a video that we did with the Talktales crew this last week. It's being released tomorrow on Barfly Freeport. The Talktales crew is awesome. So Talktales and Equal Parts are two very different styles of podcast. Equal Parts is all about, each episode is a different drink and the history behind it, kind of like what we do here. And then, but it's like very in-depth and awesome. And it's Kim Stodel and another very talented bartender named Ben Molina who do that podcast. And then a good friend of mine does cocktails, and then what that is bartenders telling stories from their bartending days. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And then they bring in like all sorts of weird characters and stuff, and it's really, really fun. So you guys should check it out. Can you give some tasting notes on the Rieger's whiskey? Yes, but it's going to be, oh yeah, I'm going to take a little extra Scotch for you to do a little tasting notes on it. All right, let's see. Anything? So whenever you do tasting notes for whiskey, guys, you always read the back label, always, just to see if there is any, like, first of all, you want to know, like...
There's some Cliff Notes back there?
Well, it's not Cliff's Notes, but basically, like, you want to get a clue as to what the mash bill is. Like, you know, for instance, this is corn, malt, and rye, right? So this is called whiskey because it doesn't actually fulfill, you know, they're not trying to make bourbon, they're not trying to make rye, they're doing their own mash bill, and they don't want to be, they don't want to be beholden to rules. So sometimes they add stuff. Like, so for instance, they put a trace amount of Oloroso sherry in this whiskey. And that's good information to know. So on the nose, I'm getting a ton of vanilla, a little bit of cherry. What's really funny is that somebody was like, you seem so surprised to taste cherry, but cherry is one of the main notes inside bourbon. And it's like, yeah, I wasn't surprised, but I mean, I feel like it's always a revelation when you're tasting whiskey, right? So we got really light wood, vanilla, caramel notes, cherry. It's like creme brulee. Really light. It's a very light in body, a little bit hot. It's got this very bright, citrusy sort of character that kind of hits you on the back of the palate. It's got a little bit of oak on the finish, but it's not a long finish. I would say it's a kind of a short to moderate sort of wood finish on the end of it.
What are peanut butter whiskeys? What is that?
Well, there's a stuff called Screwball, which is basically peanut butter infused whiskey. Like peanut butter fat washed whiskey, basically. I mean, the thing about peanut butter is that you can't do a fat wash the way you would do it with like an oil. You actually basically have to like spread the peanut butter out in a pan and then throw the whiskey on top and then seal it, right? And then you want as much of the whiskey to touch the peanut butter as possible, and then you let that sit for hours and then you strain the whiskey off to kind of take on the flavor. I'm not sure if that's what they really do for something, but Screwball whiskey is just like peanut butter flavored whiskey, basically. I'm not sure if they're doing a wash or how they're doing it. I like Lagavulin a lot. I'm going to tell you guys that I'm not the hugest authority on Scotch. I know a bit about it, but I'm not like a ton. Asshole physicist that became a member. So that's great. Oh, yes. Hi. I have gotten the mead. I have not tried it yet. I kind of want to try it on camera and see how it goes. But I have not, but I am like dying to break into it. It looks amazing. So we will be definitely trying the mead. I might actually just film myself trying the mead and kind of talking through it a little bit. Mead is something that I've known about for a very long time, but it's not something that I've tried a lot of. So
I actually like mead.
Interested to, well, I mean, it's honey. It's basically fermented honey, isn't it?
Yes, but there's a couple of different ways to do it. You can do some that have hops and stuff in it, but yeah, I know people do that.
You can do it tonight. Actually, we're going to cut this live stream off because Marius and I have to film something and I'm starting to get drunk. But Marius and I have to play around with a new technique of filming tonight. But I was actually thinking about making more of a regular video out of it. That being said, there's still mead aside, there's still a recipe that you wanted me to try that I haven't been able to try because I wasn't able to get my hands on apple juice. But today I actually got my hands on a bunch of apples, so I'm just going to juice those apples, add it to the limoncello that I have, and then try that. So there's that as well. I haven't forgot about that either. Sometimes I'm a little bit slow on the trigger, but I am on top of it, and I have not forgot about it. So don't worry. I will be trying it though. And I'm really, really, really appreciative that you sent the mead to me. I really appreciate it. It was really awesome of you. And sorry about all the confusion with the mail. Screwball is one of the best-selling spirits in a store in New Jersey. Yeah, I mean, spirit is... a hopped mead is called a braggot. Interesting. So you can hop it. I mean, like... I'm assuming there's really not a lot of laws surrounding mead because mead is a Viking spirit, right? So mead was made in like, for a very long time. It's a long history.
Yeah.
It's basically like a fermented honey.
I mean, the Vikings drank it, but they got it from the Middle East, and like people have been drinking it there forever. There's even talks about like in Egypt, I think, and.
Right. Hey, by the way, when are we going to do a live stream where we talk about mean comments? We should do that. We should compile some mean comments and face up to our trolls.
Didn't we?
Great mead cocktail made. 3 ounces of mead, 1/4 ounce sweet vermouth, 1.5 ounces of Southern Comfort. Now, here's the thing about Southern Comfort. I have a thing with Southern Comfort. When I was 13 years old, I decided that I was given a fifth of Southern Comfort, and I tasted it, and it tasted so good, I drank the whole fucking thing. Because I drank the whole thing, I got very sick, alcohol poisoning, and Chris Twiggs, you're back! Who would post mean comments? You don't, yeah. Who would post mean comments, Chris Twiggs? Anyway, I got so sick that I have not actually tried Southern Comfort since then. That said, I've turned a lot of people on to gin cocktails that have given me that same sort of spiel about like the bad experience that they had when they were kids. So I've been meaning to try it again. What is the spirit store you mentioned in a few recent videos that have been harder to find spirits? I was thinking it was in LA or San Francisco. It's called Bitters and Bottles, my friend. Mm-hmm. Bitters and Bottles has been my savior, and I'll tell you why. Because even my local places have been like, even my local spots have been like a week or a week and a half to get the spirits that I want. Bitters and Bottles, which is in San Francisco. That's what Marius just said. It's in San Francisco. I literally order a bottle and it will show up on my doorstep a day and a half later at tops. Sometimes 1 day later. It is fast. I usually get it when I need it for a video, and they have a fantastic selection. But better than the fantastic selection is the price point of their booze is right on the money. They do not sponsor this channel, but I cannot tell you more. I cannot recommend them more, but I will tell you this. They only ship to California, guys. So if you're outside of California, you're out of the, I don't know, I'm getting a little drunk, so I'm like kind of losing my words, but you're out of luck. So only to California, they only ship to California, unfortunately, but they are fantastic. I did a great event at the Getty Villa a few years ago, Ancient Brews in the Medieval World. They did a talk from an archaeology, oh, that sounds just like right up my alley. I am so sad I missed that. That right there is something I can nerd out on forever. That sounds amazing. They did a talk from an archaeology professor on burial sites and mass cauldrons. That sounds amazing. Followed by a beer tasting. It's part of their Bacchus Uncorked series. That sounds amazing. Bitters and Bottles is legit. It's true. It is legit. Bitters and Bottles is so damn good. I've spent a very silly amount this last month stocking up on stuff from them. So have I. Actually, literally anytime we need anything, I got this from Bitters and Bottles. You know how hard it is to find this Rieger whiskey just outside of a distributor? Just like, you cannot find this in a liquor store in LA. There are a few liquor stores that I could travel to and risk my health going to find this whiskey. Bitters and Bottles had it. Fantastic price. Day and a half on my doorstep. I can't beat it.
Draven.
What's that?
Draven. I don't think we have an affiliate code or anything. So, but
is it Draven or Draven?
Potato. I don't know.
I don't know. Let's call the whole thing off. I'm going to spend some money at Bitters and Bottles, and fuck, you need a code so they know you sent us. Yeah, I know. I mean, honestly, the first time I mentioned them in the live stream, they reached out to me to thank me for shouting them out. But like, honestly, I can't. I don't even care if I make money on it. I'm just happy that there is a place that has been kind of bailing me out during quarantine.
So it is Draven.
It is Draven. See, D. Raven. Yeah, Draven. They were able to, I mean, he visited me at Kohl's, so I had I had the inside dope on Draven's name. I cheated a little bit. They were able to find remnants of an ancient mead in one of the cauldrons, sent it to some chemists, and then partnered with Santa Monica Brew Works to try to recreate it. That's amazing. Do you know what it's called? Are they still making it? I want to try that. I want to try the recreation of ancient mead. Yeah, see, he says he knows from when I met him at Kohl's. Yeah, because he came and visited me at Kohl's. So, and it was fun. It was a fun little hangout. Is it okay to make cocktails in plastic cups? Sure, if that's what you got. Why not? I mean, for me, it's like making them in glassware like this and whatever. It's all about presentation. But, you know, if you've got plastic cups and that's what you got, make it in plastic cups, my friend. Currently, I have 10 gallons of mead brewing. Very nice. I like it. So the question is this. What is older, mead or vermouth? That's what we got to find out. What's been being made for
Probably
longer?
mead.
You think so? Longer than wine?
I mean,
here we go. Marius is hitting the Google. What's the oldest spirit?
I mean,
no, because mead is not a spirit. It's not a spirit. You're talking about distilled spirits.
Okay, let's
mead
look
is
up.
not a spirit.
Let's look
mead.
up. I mean,
Mead, here we go.
They could have founded like some beehive, you know, that's fermented, and then they drank it and they got drunk and. Like,
yeah, but also like I don't know. There's a theory that the reason
7,000 BC.
I mean, that's old. I'll look up wine now.
Huh?
Because wine has to be cultivated. But the thing is that there is this theory that like, you know, a caveman like grabbed some grapes and threw it in a container and crushed up the grapes by accident, and then the grapes melded with the yeast in the air and started fermenting, because grapes ferment really easily.
6,000 BC.
So mead is 1,000 years older, basically. Okay, mead's older. I mean, mead is a very ancient. All right.
So
there it is. Mead is older, guys. We've gotten to the bottom of it. These are burning questions and inquiring minds want to know. Cinnamon tincture, 2 sticks per 8 ounces of vodka for a week. Nice, I like it. That's.
Somebody says sake, so let's look. Yeah.
Oh, sake is even older?
But
Sake has been being made since.
But you would think that they were making it in China before there were people in Japan.
Does it say? It doesn't even say. The oldest sake brewery? The 15th century. That's nowhere near.
It's old, but yeah.
It ain't that old. Oh,
3rd century.
Temple from 1478 to 1618. No.
But there were no people. I don't think there were people living in Japan.
Right.
6,000.
Yeah,
BC.
sake's old, but it's not that old. It's not mead old. It's not vermouth old. I mean, vermouth has basically been around since wine has been around, because because alchemists back in the day would take all of the barks and like basically medicinal plants, and you know why they would infuse them into wine? Because wine keeps for a longer time than they would in water or something. So they would just to preserve it more. So that's vermouth basically started.
Speaking of wine, and back to Cara and Nate.
Oh, geez, with the Cara
I
and
know,
Nate. You have a Cara and Nate obsession. Marius has been watching, like literally, Cara and Nate should reach out to us. We should do a collaboration, because Cara and Nate he has been watching, literally he went back into the history of the channel and watched every video from then to now.
Yeah.
He has seen all of the Cara and Nate videos at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. And they went to Georgia, and in Georgia is where they first started making wine, like producing wine.
Right. Somebody asked me just real quick about bartending advice. I would say this: start as a bar back. That's the best thing that you could do for yourself. Start as a bar back and find a bar that you really want to work at with a mentor in there that you really want to work for, and that's the best way to start, honestly. There wasn't a uniform culture 6,000 years ago, but they have found settlements dating back 6,000 years and beyond. Okay.
Yeah. We looked up mead, and they found traces of mead 7,000 BC.
Right, but they looked up. They have looked into. So basically, they looked into little pots found in China 10,000 years ago, and they found aromatized wine, like that actually was still in liquid form.
13,000-year-old beer. So yeah.
So beer is the oldest? Yeah, I mean, I guess beer is just basically the fermentation of grain, right? But then wouldn't beer have been invented after like modern, I mean, not modern, but like the first production of grain? Like, wouldn't you have to like produce grain first to then, ferment it, like processing grain?
Yeah, I mean, the oldest anything would have to be something very simple that they discovered by accident.
Wine, dude, because grapes ferment so fast. Yeah. You could literally crush up grapes and leave them into a container, and the yeast in the air will ferment them immediately, like that. Pineapple is another thing that ferments like really quickly. Nothing like carrying kegs and full totes of ice up 2 flights of stairs. Yeah, that sucks. I've had to do that before in my career.
But anyway, back to Caronate.
Back to Caronate.
Previously on Caronate. They went to Georgia, and that's where that was the first like winery was in Georgia, and they make it very special. They put it in like clay pots that bury it underground, and it's an amber color wine.
Really? Interesting.
So that is like those, supposedly the first 6,000 BC.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, there it is. Grapes are the first known agricultural crop cultivated for alcohol. Boom! There it is, Steve. But mead must have been, mead was, we just found out that mead was made first, right? So.
Or a long time ago, yeah, who knows? Nobody knows.
The best mead I've ever made was wild-caught yeast and cactus flower honey. Nice.
No,
wow, interesting.
The egg came first.
The chicken came first.
Huh? The chicken, but no, the egg.
Well, the chicken evolved from a fish, so the chicken came first. It's true.
But the first chicken was born from an egg, so there was something gave birth to something in an egg, and the chicken came out. So the egg must have come first, no matter how you slice it.
All right. I mean, it's a fair point. What else? What do we got? All right. The egg would come first by virtue of the fact that it doesn't need a chicken to lay it.
Yeah. Whoever laid it was like, what?
Right.
What is this?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden it was a chicken.
Yeah.
We all evolved from the sea sponges.
And
we are all SpongeBob.
And the rooster was like, it's not mine. Or not, it's not, wouldn't be a rooster, I guess.
I think the lesson to be learned here is that humans have been drinking for a long time, for as long as there's been humans. Yes, that's true. Chicken evolved from dinosaurs, if you believe that sort of thing. All right, well, Okay. Archaeological data reveals that a beverage consisted of wild grapes, honey, and rice. So wine, mead, sake, which is the oldest record of any alcohol. There you go. They're all in the same first drink.
Some fermented stuff that somebody left and forgot about and then drank it and got drunk.
9,000 years ago. Awesome. I love it. Norberto just wrote banana. Not sure what that was referenced to, but we are all drunk. Yes, we are. I've had a couple of cocktails, and I had one full shot plus an extra tasting to give you the tasting notes on this wonderful J. Rieger Kansas City whiskey. You guys should definitely buy this. Available at Bitters and Bottles if you're in California. It is fantastic whiskey. We got an episode coming up with it. Oh, no, we don't, because Mary's effed up the focus, so we have to shoot it on our shoot day on Thursday. But we will have a cocktail coming up with this stuff. So.
But before people were drinking alcohol, they were eating mushrooms or some stuff that they were finding out in the woods. So.
That's right. All right, are we going to cut this live stream? We went a full hour over.
Yes.
Just FYI, because we were having so much fun with you guys. All right, guys, that's the end of our live stream. I am now too drunk to do what we were planning on doing, but maybe we can just do a little test of stuff and try it next week. I don't know. I guess I'll see you guys in another time. It's been fun hanging out. Always a good time. Probably see you next Monday. Hope you guys had a wonderful, considering what's going on in the world right now, I hope you guys had a really wonderful Memorial Day. Maybe I'll pour a little bit more out for the homies that have kept us in business and safe in this country. We all owe a debt of gratitude to those brave lasses and lads in our armed forces and that have given their lives up for our country. So cheers to you guys again. Little Scotia whiskey. Everyone should raise a glass. And Terrell Cunningham says, see you on the flippity flip, and I'll see you on the, I want to say that too. See you on the flippity flip. All right.
Time.
Good night, my guys. The extra pour. Cheers.
All right.
All right. All right. And